So this is the Carpus of Ox. In the proximal row, we can see from the dorsal aspect, this is the radial, this is intermediate carpal, this is the ulnar carpal. Radial carpal from the dorsal aspect is rough in appearance, and intermediate is having lateral pointed prolongation, and this is the wedge shaped. You can see that this is the appearing like a Z shape or wedge shape, which is the ulnar carpal. Accessory carpal is found in this location, which is a sesamoid bone, which is not present in the skeleton. Now then the distal row, this is the second and third fused carpal, and this is the fourth carpal. From the caudal aspect, if we see these things, that will appearing like this. So caudal aspect, this is the radial carpal, this is intermediate, this is the ulnar. Accessory will articulate here, and this one is the second, third fused, this one is the second, third fused, and this is the fourth. Below that we can see the large metacarpal bone, and this is the radial and this is the ulnar. So this is the proximal row of carpal of ox, in which we can see this is the proximal view and this is the dorsal view. From this dorsal aspect we can see the bones are rough and ligaments are articulating these bones. This is the medial aspect of the radial carpal, this is the proximal aspect. Proximal aspect of the radial carpal is appearing like a map of Africa. And this is the intermediate carpal, which is a bicycle seed shape from the proximal aspect, but it is having a medial prolongation towards the radial carpal. This is the medial prolongation. This is the ulnar carpal, which is a wedge shape, having dorsally it is rough, proximally it is convexo-concave, having facet for the radius and ulna. This is the accessory carpal, which is a seed-like, having at its dorsal aspect a facet which articulate with the facet found on the ulnar carpal at distal aspect. Now from the loose bones we can see this one is the radial carpal, which is like this, having facets on the medial aspect, not having facets on the medial aspect but having facet on the lateral aspect, which is articulating with the intermediate carpal. This is the intermediate carpal, which is bicycle sheet shape from the proximal aspect, and this one is the ulnar carpal. We can see ulnar carpal is this one, which is wedge shaped, and this is the accessory carpal having single facet. And in the distal row of the Carpus of Ox, second, third fused carpal is found. This is having facets for the radial and intermediate. This one is radial for radial, this one is for intermediate, and distal aspect is having a facet for large metacarpal. This one is the fourth carpal, which is having facets for the large at distal aspect and having facet for the ulnar carpal on the proximal aspect as well as for the intermediate. So this is for the carpals of the ox.